Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you a video today to answer a question I get asked pretty often on this channel, and that is, I have wide feet, should I go a half size up or a full size up in order to achieve a more comfortable fit in any given shoe? And the answer to that question is very simply no, you should not. If a shoe does not fit you in your proper size, it just isn't the right shoe for you, quite simply put. Now, to give a more detailed explanation, let's talk about how soccer cleats / football boots, whatever you want to call them, how they should fit in the first place. And really, there isn't a right answer to that. It is very much based around personal preference. Some people like different feels given the material of the upper, thin synthetic offering a more rigid, kind of barefoot feel, or softer materials like a natural leather material that offers more padding against the foot. Again, everyone has their own idea of what the ideal soccer shoe should feel like, what feels comfortable to them. Let's just say, as an example, the Nike Mercurial Vapor 11, a very thin, very tight-fitting shoe. Even if you don't have wide feet, you could put on a Vapor 11, and if it fits you properly, you still might not like the way that that shoe feels. So again, that's where personal preference really comes into play here. Now, on the topic of if you have wider feet, or if a shoe just feels too narrow for you, should you go up a half size or a full size in order to get better width out of the shoe? Again, the answer to that question is no. Using the Vapor 11 as a specific example, let's say that I'm a person that is interested in the Vapor and I have wider feet. I normally wear a 10 US and I try on the Vapor 11 in that 10 US, and the fit in the length is perfect, but the width is too tight. What should I do? Should I go up a half size in order to get a little bit of a wider shoe, but obviously have extra length at the end that I didn't necessarily need to have? The simple answer is no, you should not do that. If you try on a shoe in the correct size, the length is perfect, but the width is too tight, they're not the right shoes for you. You should quite simply look elsewhere, go for a different model, go for a shoe that fits you properly. Why shouldn't you go a half size up in order to get a little bit of a wider fit? One, obviously the shoe's now going to be too long in the length, which I would argue is more important than the width of the shoe in regards to actual comfort as well as performance. If a shoe is too big for you, you could potentially have issues with heel slippage. Your foot's not going to sit in proper parts of the shoe, which can lead to issues with discomfort and pressure points from the upper itself. You're going to find that the shoe is not going to have the proper fit in regards to volume, especially near the toe area if they are a little bit too long. And on the performance side of things, your foot's not going to be locked down securely. And also, you have that extra material at the end that can get in the way when it comes to making more precise contact with the ball. So again, this does very much depend on personal preference as to how much space you leave at the end of your shoes. For me personally, I really like to leave no extra space at all. I know for some people though, that is uncomfortable. You can leave a little bit. Again, it's always a matter of personal preference, but there should never be a lot of extra space at the end of your shoes, especially if you're leaving that extra space for the sake of going up in size in order to accommodate the width of your foot. So quite simply, the answer to this question, without going on forever, is that if you are looking to get a pair of shoes, let's say you order them online because you don't have the chance to try them on in store, they arrive at your house, you put them on, the size is correct, but the width is too tight for you or just not the way you'd like it to fit, the right answer is not to go up in size in order to get the best width, the best fit in the width. The right answer is to go for something else entirely. Try something else because you want a shoe that fits you properly, fits you comfortably in the correct size. You never want to size up to accommodate the width of your foot. So hopefully this explains things. If you do have any other questions on this topic, and I'm sure you guys will, because it is kind of a very case-specific type question, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.